Okay, so again, this is one of those questions where a lot of silly marks were lost. And this is down to exam technique, a lot of it, if I'm honest with you. Some of it was you kind of like assuming insertion sort was merge sort. Some of you definitely went off on the wrong tangents. But you must, in your notes, write down examples of how to answer these questions. Okay, this is not the first time they've ever asked a question like this. It won't be the last. So not writing down how to do exam technique is foolish, and you should be doing practice questions and looking at the mark schemes and checking your own answers. And if you're not doing that as practice questions on every single topic, you are going to make silly mistakes. So, what silly mistakes did people make in this one? Okay, everyone worked out what linear search was, and everyone kind of gave me linear search. But what a lot of you did was write down it starts at the first position. It goes through all of it, checking each value, and then either returns the value or returns that can't be found. Okay, brilliant. That's linear search. But explain how a linear search would search the array for the index that stores clouds, i.e. the one that's here, i.e. you use the values inside it. So the first thing you would say is it would compare rainbow to clouds. They are not the same, so it will move on to the next value. I've used the terms, okay? I've used rainbow, because that's the first item in the thing, and I'm comparing it to the search item that I'm doing. Okay, you use examples, guys. Okay, they give you an example, you use it. Okay, that is it, because it's explaining how it works on this array using that value. If they want it in general terms, they would ask for it in general terms. They write, what is the algorithm? What is the linear search algorithm? Okay, but it's not what they're asking. They're asking you to link it back. Okay, so that is just an exam technique thing. Okay, then it's going to move. It will then compare each item in turn, comparing each two clouds until it either finds the value or reaches the end. Okay, so you need to kind of like link this back as much as you can. Okay, so that is where the mark scheme was lying. This next question, oh my giddy ants, a lot of you need to really make a note of exam technique. Okay, I can't stress this enough that this was really poorly done. Okay, and the reason it was really poorly done is because some of you really can't understand the difference between explain and show. They're not the same word, so why would it be the same answer? Okay, explain, I'm explaining what I'm doing. Showing, here's the answer. Here's how you do it. Okay, I'm not explaining what I'm doing, I'm just doing it. So showing is about showing the results. So what I do is I start with rainbow, moon, sun, stars, clouds, and tornado. Okay, then what I'm going to do is the way insertion sort works is it looks at the second value, moon, compares it to the values on the left, and if that value is bigger, then it shifts over to the right. Okay, so in this case, moon will shift, and then I'll have rainbow, and then the rest of it stays the same. One mark. I like to underline the bit that I've done to show the examiner, hey, see what I've done there? I know what I'm doing. Okay, I like doing that because I like to get marks in my exams. I strongly suggest you do the same. Sorry to be a bit sarcastic, but this is not the first time I've told you guys, and the fact that you're not writing this down or making notes of it is highly frustrating. Okay, shows a lack of revision. So what happens next? We're going to compare sun. Well, sun is not less than rainbow. Okay, because you've got RS in the alphabet. Therefore, what I do is I have the values again. Now notice that I have written them out again to show that I know it's not changed. I might even write no change because I love those marks. I love meter marks, I do. Okay, well now I'm looking at stars. Well, stars is less than sun because we look at the second letter now. I don't need to write that down. I just need to swap them over. And sun. And again, I love meter marks. So underline it. Then I'm going to compare clouds. Well, clouds is obviously going to come beforehand because it's lower than everything, pretty much. So I'm going to take it out, put it here, and I'll end up with this. I might underline where I've taken it from. Maybe I'll underline everything to show I had to remove everything. Okay, doesn't matter. The mark scheme doesn't really specify anything there. Then I'm going to compare the next one with tornado. Well, it's already in the right position. So I'll put another no change, just so there's no change. Okay, 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. Okay, so hopefully you can see the difference between explaining what we're doing, linking back to the question, and showing how to do it, which is me just showing and just kind of making super clear every single stage. Okay, the mark scheme looks like this, by the way. That is literally the mark scheme, and that is roughly the mark scheme as well. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. This is an exam technique issue, not necessarily an understanding issue.